Wow. Can we talk about this new Chinese app called Deepseek? It seems China has undercut the US corporate plans to make lots of money from AI by releasing a free, powerful version called Deepseek. Gotta get that coffee. You know we need coffee first. We Americans will never understand China. It's probably why we keep getting our asses handed to us by Huawei, DJI, TikTok, and DeepSeek. DeepSeek is now #1 on the App Store across all categories. Quite literally, China has now officially taken the lead in AI. Ironically, this is 3 days after Trump signed an executive order to sustain and enhance America's global AI dominance. American tech bros are scrambling because a company out of China dropped this new AI model called DeepSeek, and it's much better and efficient and only costs them $6 million to make versus the Americans spending billions. And they made it open source so everyone can look at the code and make it their own. A Chinese economist, Jin Keiyu, summarizes the China model in one sentence: political centralization and economic decentralization. One of the more fascinating aspects of DeepSeek is the fact that it stemmed from a hedge fund, only a few mere months after China cracked down on the levels of compensation in the finance industry. It kind of illustrates that the US and China are at different stages in their development. The announcement of this app and its capabilities caused NVIDIA to shed almost $600 billion in market cap, probably one of the biggest one-day losses in US history. And you're telling me a group of young rogue developers developed DeepSeek with only $5 million? This DeepSeek is probably the biggest paradigm shift and single most disruptive product in a long time. It also exposes how much money is being funneled into what increasingly feels like a massive tech scam. I'm sorry, but Silicon Valley is a fraud. They just lapped US AI behemoths with none of their budget and God knows how much less computing power. Just to compare, OpenAI is 10 years old, 4,500 employees, and raised $6.6 billion. DeepSeek is less than 2 years old, has 200 employees, and less than $10 million of its capital was used. DeepSeek developed and open-sourced an equal or better product and had it out for free, likely killing the business model of OpenAI. They even dropped another open-source AI model called Janus Pro 7B. One big difference between the US and China: in the US, only one guy is celebrated, like Elon Musk or Steve Jobs. In China, it's a collective recognition. It's weird how worried Wall Street is about this. Weren't they just saying that AI innovation is good even if it harms some people in the short term? It's probably worth mentioning that Trump proposed a $500 billion Stargate initiative. This initiative brings together some of the biggest players in tech and AI. It begins with an immediate $100 billion investment and plans to expand $500 billion over 4 years. China just proved they don't need all of that money.